Hi there. Nice to meet you. Hi there. Nice to meet you. Hi. Nice to meet you. Hi there. Nice to meet you. Hi. Hi there. Nice to meet you. Hi. 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 Thank you very much. Great. Are we all comfortable? In that case, we can begin. Time. Dear judges, I'm so excited to be stood in front of you today at the beginning of the next chapter of my journey with specialty coffee. My journey with specialty coffee started a little over a year ago, where I first encountered an anaerobically fermented red catawai from Brazil. From this point on, I've been intrigued by fermentation methods and how these affect our final cup. So this is what we'll be looking at today. The coffee I have for you today is a pink bourbon varietal, grown at 1,900 meters above sea level in Huila, Colombia. I picked this coffee due to its pleasant mouthfeel. The cherries are picked at 18 degrees Brix, this being their optimal ripeness, giving me a much sweeter final cup. Once the cherries are depulped, they are moved to their first of two fermentations, the first of which being a 48-hour anaerobic fermentation, taking place in plastic sealed bags. This is performed at low temperatures, allowing the enzymes to break down slowly, giving me a vibrant and clean acidity in the final cup. Once this first fermentation is complete, the coffee is moved to a second fermentation, this being a 24-hour submerged mosto fermentation, taking place in the juices of the cherries of the very same varietal. What's important here is that the coffee doesn't become over-fermented. So it is exposed to 60-degree hot water for 15 minutes. This allows the pores to open up, and this allows the coffee to trap in any new flavor profiles, which you'll perceive today in your espresso as an increased florality, which you'll recognize as orange blossom. For your espresso today, and across all your rounds, I'll be using a recipe of 21 grams in to 45 grams out. This gives me a wonderful balance between the acidity, florality, and the sweetness of this coffee. You may now note the following flavor profiles for your espresso today. You can expect to find notes of orange blossom, cranberry, black cherry, with a toffee aftertaste. The coffee has a medium to high acidity, a medium sweetness, and a medium bitterness. The coffee has a low to medium weight with a silky mouthfeel. Now, I'll serve your espressos in just a second. I just need to brew my coffee blossom tea. When I serve your espressos to you later, I would like for you to first evaluate the crema before receiving my drinking instruction. Now, I would like for you to use one of the spoons in front of you to stir your espresso 7 times from back to front to incorporate all those wonderful flavors. You may then use the vessel in front of you for your dirty spoon. Thank you very much, and please enjoy your espressos. So, moving on to your milk course if you're ready. For your milk course today, it was important for me to maintain the fruitiness of the coffee, so I needed a milk that would support this. So the milk I have for you today is a freeze distilled milk. This means I've removed 50% of the water content, allowing for a higher concentration of fats, lactose, and proteins. This allows me to elevate the sweetness and the body of my final cup. It was also important to me that during roasting of this coffee, we approached it gently, due to the fact it has gone through 2 forms of fermentation. This means the cell structure has been weakened. So we approached it with a gentle drying phase and a gentle Maillard reaction, allowing the fruity flavors to develop slowly. We opted for a 2 minutes and 23-second development time of a total 13 minute and 13-second roast. And this coffee was roasted 14 days ago. When steaming your milk today, I'll be aiming for a temperature intentionally of 50 degrees. This is a little bit cooler than you're used to, but this allows for instant drinkability, and in addition, this is the temperature at which I found optimal sweetness. You may now note the following flavor profiles for your milk course today. You will have notes of cheesecake, biscuits, and raspberry ice cream. And the milk course has a creamy mouthfeel. As I serve your drink for you today, I would like for you to first evaluate the visual and then dive straight in, as this is the perfect temperature for this drink today. Thank you, and enjoy. Thank you and enjoy. Thank you and enjoy. Thank you and enjoy. So, if you're ready, we can move on to the signature drink. The aim of my signature drink today is to elevate the flavors of the coffee attained through fermentation by using products which have undergone their own forms of fermentation. So, what we have first is the 4 shots of espresso, extracted at the beginning of the performance, and I've allowed them to cool down during the performance. This supports the drinking temperature of my signature drink. I've used reusable ice cubes as to not dilute the espresso. Next, representing the second form of fermentation, I have a self-made red grape must, or mosto, or 20 grams of this. I extracted this through whole red grapes, and then boiled this after as to not perform an alcoholic fermentation. This translates your cranberry notes into green apple. After this, we have 10 grams of a macerated lime syrup. I coated the lime rinds in 100 grams of sugar for a period of 16 hours. This allowed the oils to seep out, creating a vibrant and tangy syrup. This transforms your black cherry notes into golden grapefruit. And lastly, what I prepared for you today is a coffee blossom tea. I brewed 1 gram with 60 grams of hot water. I've also allowed this to cool down, once again supporting the drinking temperature of my signature course. When coffee blossom dries, it goes through enzymatic oxidation, trapping in new flavor compounds. These you'll recognize alone as rose and sweet honey, but in combination with the espresso, this transforms the orange blossom flavor into jasmine tea. And then combining these with nitrogen, creating a wonderful round mouthfeel, reflecting that of my espresso. Now, to recap, in that first sip today, you can expect to find notes of green apple and jasmine tea with a round mouthfeel. And in the second sip, a long grapefruit aftertaste. When I serve your drinks for you today, I would like for you to wait for me to call my time before enjoying. Now, the specialty coffee industry is a fantastic industry to be a part of. And thanks to talented producers coming up with new fermentation methods all the time, our final cup of coffee will never be boring. I'd like to thank you all for joining me at the next chapter of my journey with specialty coffee. This is my time.
You did it. Wow.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
Very much. Oh,
You did place second at Goron this year. You won last year. How did it feel going from last year's to this year's, from Innsbruck to here?
Every competition is a great learning curve, and even when you don't necessarily place how you want to, you take so much, actually you take so much more with you when you go further. So today, I hope I've implemented all the feedback that I received from Innsbruck to hopefully deliver a better show than I did 4 weeks ago.
It's just great to see how much fun you're having on stage.
I love it. The whole process of championships where you start with a blank sheet, to sourcing the coffee, to sorting it, to roasting, to everything around it, it's amazing. And then to deliver in 15 minutes, it's challenging, but it's fantastic.
Definitely.
Can you tell us a little bit about your signature drink?
So the aim of my signature drink was to use products which have undergone forms of fermentation to support the flavors from the fermentation of the coffee. So I have a red grape must or mosto, pretty much the juices, then boiled it so it didn't go through alcoholic fermentation. I have a macerated lime syrup, giving me a nice sort of vibrant, tangy acidity, supporting that from my coffee. And then a coffee blossom tea, which supported the florality of it. And then in the classic nitro whipper.
I hope everybody will attend your show your skills slot so they are actually able to taste that coffee.
Let's see.
Definitely.
Please, say goodbye to your judges.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.